USA, USA. The chant is the same wherever Sergeant Slaughter wrestles. One of the most popular wrestlers and one of the toughest in the country, along with Billy Jack, a local champion we know and love. Those two are part of the big wrestling show tonight at the Coliseum, along with the Russians, the tag team. Ric Flair, the national champion, will be there. Magnum TA will be there. Bobby Jaggers, many more. For starters in our conversation this afternoon about pro wrestling in America, please welcome to 2 at 4, Billy Jack and Sergeant Slaughter. Hey, Billy. Good to see you, Billy. You looking good? Have a seat. Mic yourself up there, Bill. Sergeant, good to see you, sir. Have a seat. Get you mic'd up here. I'll handle it. Got the gloves on there, and I don't want to make you take those off. Let's see if we can do that over there. Hey, there's a man. What do you think, right? Huh? Hey.
Good to be back in Portland, let me tell you.
Welcome back. I got to say that to both of you because, Billy, you've been down in Florida doing well. Now the National Wrestling Alliance Tag Team Champion, or half thereof.
Yes, I missed it. Missed all you beautiful people. I love you. And my dad's in a nursing home. I love you, Pops.
And, Sergeant, you've been in this town before. You like it here, don't you?
I love Portland. This is where I really got my start into professional wrestling, and it's great to be back. In fact, I was in Seattle last night, and I woke up at 0400, and Coach Knox had me on the telephone. Said to come right on down to the terminal at the airport. He wanted the guys to run to the plane and not take the bus because the Seahawks got beat last night and embarrassed. So that's where I was all day.
Helping out Coach Knox.
Yes.
Well, we're glad you made it here. What's the message you deliver to kids when you travel this country, Sergeant?
Well, I've always told them that USA is number one, and they're number one, and the parents and brothers and sisters are all number one because we're Americans. In fact, a little boy last night by the name of Michael gave me this flag. He said, would you please take this on the show today? It's in remembrance of his father who died in Vietnam. So, Michael, here it is. That's for your dad, wherever he is. I'm sure he's in heaven.
You know, I gotta say, though, these guys you two are going up against as a tag team tonight, Billy, Hawk and Animal, the Road Warriors, they're kind of defending this country now against the Russians. That's kind of a weird role for those guys, isn't it?
Right now, Paul, the Road Warriors are classified as the world champions, and these guys are both awesome. They're animals, and Sergeant Slaughter and I know we have our work cut out for us, but we represent the United States. I don't know what the issue is with the Road Warriors, but they've injured more people than anybody in professional wrestling. And myself, you know, I'm here from Portland. I represent Portland, and we're going to go out and do our best against them. They are world champions of the entire world.
I want to ask Sergeant Slaughter for opinion, then we'll bring these guys out. Are these guys good wrestlers?
They're fantastic wrestlers. They're the world champions of the AWA, and I like to take my hat off to them for fighting the Russians because that's great. I hope everybody brings their flags out. I know I'm not wrestling the Russians tonight or an East German or whatever, but bring your flags out for the other match for the opponents of the Russians. But as far as the Road Warriors, I don't think there's any country involved here right now. It's kind of the pride of Portland that we're fighting for tonight.
Let's bring these guys out. Unusual words from Sergeant Slaughter and praise of the Road Warriors. Here they are, Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors, the world champs. Welcome. Have a seat here. Have a seat, fellas. This is Animal here, right? Mic this up. That'd be all right with you? Hawk over here. Talkative group. Yeah. Hawk, you want to have a seat? Precious Paul Ellering, Manager of the Year back here, ladies and gentlemen. You just want to hold that. And Paul, there's a mic back here for you if you want to grab on. Go ahead and put it on your collar there if you want. Well, Paul, let's start with you. Tell us about these two guys. Their reputation precedes them. They're a couple of the two rule breakers that seem to be cheered in arenas around the country.
That's right. Sitting before your TV screen right now are two men that were the 1984 Tag Team Champions of the Year, also the 1985 Tag Team Champions of the Year. It's never been done before in the history of professional wrestling. These two men are the greatest team to ever wrestle. They are the greatest team of our time. They are the greatest team of all time. It speaks for themselves. The people come in droves, in thousands, to see these two men wrestle wherever we go because they are the best.
Excuse me, I noticed they're wearing...
You know something? I got something
ahead.
to say, and
Go
I don't
ahead.
want to listen to you, all right?
Fine.
We're going to get our point across, and we're going to hit the road. Now, Billy Jack, everybody knows what you're all about. You're a big bad cat. So is Sergeant Slaughter. You're not scared to fight anybody. You're not scared to fight us. That's why you're in the ring with us. But I'm going to tell you something, Billy Jack. Billy Boy. As far as I'm concerned, and Amla are concerned, you ain't have been tested yet against the likes of us. You know that cat, that shrink you had out here, the guy that ain't discovered Grecian formula yet? If he was to try and probe our minds, I'll tell you what happened. He'd be seen as shrink himself. And we're here in Portland for one thing, and that's to put your two lights out. And we're gonna do it. And there ain't nothing nobody else can do about it.
Well,
if you don't like it, you don't care. Hey, all you morons can cheer all you want. You can laugh all you want. It ain't funny. Yeah, you bet. Come on, I'll slap your stinging face. You think it's funny? Come on. Hey, you shut up for a minute. No, last time, Billy Jack Haynes, you found yourself a worthy opponent. We are wrestling Kurt and Larry Henning, and he comes in a stinking ring where you don't belong. Get him back. Are you bad? And shut up. I'm talking to you. Shut up, shut up.
Let's be fair.
Hey, look at me. Hey, what are you, chicken or something?
Wait. Hold on.
Hey, I got something to say. Hey,
We gotta take a break.
I'm gonna put you in the
We're gonna
same
try to
place
get this
your
straightened
man
out.
is in the wheelchair.
Don't go away.
Next, we'll continue with these emissaries of destruction.
Main reason we came to Portland, not because of the stinking town, because Paul is getting us a lot of money to beat somebody up. When we were in Chicago, we had a scrap beat, and we beat the heck out of people for nothing, and we liked it. And now we get paid for it.
Animal and Hawk, the Road Warriors. Hope you didn't tune in late. You missed a nice exchange between two guys who definitely do not serve towels with their showers. And two gentlemen, Sergeant Slaughter and Billy Jack. And I got to say to you two fellas, you are gentlemen because they hurled a lot of abuse. And
The main thing about it is we're gentlemen right here, right now, because of the people that are here and the children and the young adults. But when it comes time to wrestle tonight, we aren't going to be gentlemen because of what they said about his father.
yeah, they're getting on your dad, Bill. That's not right. I mean, enough is enough, don't you think?
Well, you know, my dad, you know, everybody has their own problems. I'm not crying on anybody's shoulder. I'm sure you all have relations out there that are sick or whatever. And to me, I feel it's a very low blow. I don't, he can say anything he wants to me. My dad's blind in a nursing home, and he has no right to say anything about my dad. And tonight, in the Portland Memorial Coliseum, I'm not trying to hype up this show at all, man. But there's somebody going to be hurt because I want to make sure. You can go and hurt me if you want. You can hurt Slaughter. But we're not going to leave the ring, man. We're going to see just how bad you really are, Road Warriors. We know you're world renowned, but I'm from Portland, Oregon, and I know everybody out there is going to support myself and going to support Sergeant Slaughter, and we'll see who the best team is, man.
All right, Bill. Well said. Let's go out there. Mary Starrett's got some questions.
Lots of people have lots of questions, so we're going to... Your name, where you're from, your question, please.
Lori Smith, and I'm from Milwaukee. When did you first get started in professional wrestling, Sergeant Slaughter?
Oh, it was about 11 years ago. 11 years ago.
How'd that happen? How'd you decide to take up the craft?
Well, I was in the military, and I just gotten out, and a friend of mine was a sports writer for a magazine, and he wanted to do a story on professional wrestling training camps. He asked me to go along, so I went out there, and I ended up beating 5 of the fellows that were going out for professional wrestling. So the coach asked me if I'd like to stay on. I said maybe later. So when Chris Taylor got the Olympics back, way back when, that's when I started it.
Yeah. What happened to Chris? Is he still around?
He died. He passed away. Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that, Larry.
Your name, where you're from, your question.
My name's Gak and I'm from Portland. Billy, did you have any dreams of becoming a wrestler when you were a teenager?
When I was a teenager, I come from kind of the school of hard knocks. I've always had a lot of athletic potential, and I dropped out of school my senior year, and I was looking at scholarships at UCLA, Oregon State, all over, and I made a mistake and dropped out of school, and then I got into bodybuilding at 27, 28, and I got into professional wrestling at 29. That's where my dream really started right there.
Would you do it different? Would you do it different if you were back in school today, Bill?
Paul, I sure would. I would stay in school and get my education and just take it from there. I made a mistake, and I'm very fortunate to be where I am and know better than anybody else, and just glad to be here.
Let's go to the phones, find out what our viewers would like to ask these two this afternoon. Good afternoon. You're on 2 at 4 with Sergeant Slaughter and Billy Jack Haynes.
Hi, my name is Melody East, and I'm from Portland. And Billy Jack, when are you going to ever come home for good?
Yeah.
As it stands right now, honey, I'll probably maybe 3 times a year when they had the Coliseum Wrestling Extravaganzas, I'll be home. But right now, professional wrestling is on top of the world. It's growing at an amazing rate. And right now I'm in Florida, in North Carolina, Japan, you name it, all over the world. Wrestling is on tops, and it doesn't look like I'll be home only but 3 times a year. But when I do, my hands out to you. I love you, I miss you,
Mary?
We know this audience question. Your name, where you from, your question.
My name's Kathy, and I'm from Tualatin. And this is really not a question, but Sergeant Slaughter and Billy Jack from the Tiger High Class 87 would like to say good luck tonight.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's nice.
I wonder when you go against these guys, I read in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, I think it was, the accusation that Sergeant Slaughter doesn't wrestle as hard against Americans as he does foreigners. So that can't be true.
That's not true. When that bell rings, I'm not myself in there. I'm not Bob Slaughter. I'm Bob Slaughter right now. But when I get in that ring, I'm Sergeant Slaughter. It doesn't matter if they're American or foreign. I'm going out there because that's how I make my living. And you make more money when you win.
Yeah.
And Billy and I are going to go home with a few extra bucks tonight because I'm assure you that we're going to beat those guys.
Yeah. Back to the telephone. Back to the phone. Good afternoon. You're on 2 at 4.
Yeah, this is Cheryl, and I live in the St. John's area. Right across the street from the Portland Wrestling Arena.
Oh.
And sometime me and my husband would like to get over there and take our 3-year-old daughter. She loves to watch it. And I'd like to say that I've been watching wrestling since I was a little girl. And I watched Jimmy Snuka and Dutch Savage. They were 2 very fine wrestlers. And I'd like to say that I think you 2 are following right in their footsteps, and I'd like to say good luck tonight.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you. Quite a compliment.
Yeah.
Hi, your name, where you from, what's your question?
My name is Chris Holm, and I'm from Milwaukee, and I wanted to know why you allow the pile driver and the sleeper hold when it's so dangerous.
Well, it's professional wrestling. In amateur wrestling, you have certain rules, but in professional wrestling, there are rules, but as far as the holds, they're all legal. I've been trying to get the pile driver barred myself, but I sometimes use it myself, so it comes in handy when you can use the pile driver when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
And, so the sleeper hold is, I use a Cobra clutch, which is a form of a sleeper hold, and I don't know, Billy, you probably know more about those scientific holds than I do, but I'm kind of a brawler, so
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
expect anybody out there tonight, when you watch Billy and I against the Road Warriors, to expect to see a scientific wrestling match.
No way,
I
man.
think it just went through out the window.
We're just about out of time. I got to ask you guys before you leave. I know it's a tough life. I know you're on the road constantly. I know you're putting your bodies on the line every time you go out there. But are you 2 having fun?
Well, I'm doing pretty well. I just signed with Hasbro Bradley, great toy company. I'm now the spokesman for G.I. Joe, and we'll be having a cartoon out.
All right.
Cartoon started last Sunday, and they're coming out with a doll, a Sergeant Slaughter doll. I just did a movie called Bad Guys. I got a record album coming out next week.
You're on
Everything's
top.
going great
You're
for
on
me.
top. Billy, you're
I'm
having
gonna
fun.
get this guy in there too.
Yeah. You're having a good time too, aren't you, Billy?
Professional wrestling has just entirely changed my entire life, from being without a dime in my pocket to, to making money and just being happy and being back close to my family and the fans and whatever. And it's changed my life. That's all I got to say about professional wrestling.
Well, you can see these two guys in action tonight. What we've been talking about is something called Pro Wrestling Extravaganza 2. It happens at the Memorial Coliseum at 8. We understand there are plenty of good seats left, and there's a number on your screen if you'd like more detailed ticket information, 239-4422. There are good guys and there are bad guys in life, and these are two of the best. We appreciate their appearing on 2 at 4 this afternoon. Sergeant Slaughter and Billy Jack Haynes. Billy?
Tomorrow it's time, whether or not you're ready, for Animal Antics and a visit with a conversational columnist from Willamette Week.